All right, guys, this is an out of the theater reaction for episodes 1 and 2 of Ahsoka. We got to see a special screening of it. If you're brand new to the channel, you've never been here before, we're at 90,000 right now. Trying to get to 100, so help us out. I got Mike Kalinowski here.
What's up, guys?
Now, okay, so if you're brand new, one thing is I'm a Star Wars Rebels fan, so his concern going into this was, and rightfully so, would he be lost because were there too many inside baseball things? And I ask you, were you lost?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nope. About 50 minutes in, I'm kind of like, all right, okay, I'm still in it. But by the end of the 2 episodes, not at all. So if you're fans of Rebels, this is the show for you. But if you're people like me that have not seen Rebels, you're not lost at all.
Yeah, you know
so
what?
They did a real nice job.
I thought so too, and you know what I thought they did really well is you can tell that there's a clear vision for this show.
Yeah.
From the opening frame, it almost feels like a movie that's being set up. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of filler. I don't know. I haven't seen episode 3 yet, but for 1 and 2, the way it's set up, leading to the event, and we see it in the trailer, and you guys see it in the trailer that they're looking for Thrawn and trying to figure out stuff that had happened in, but again, things that happened in Rebels, but also things that happened in Mandalorian that lead into this kind of ongoing new lore that Filoni is setting up.
Yeah, it's just a continuation of Mando, but also, like you said, it doesn't meander. Like, I don't feel like we're going to get filler episodes.
Right.
I think they know where they're going. This is, like, even with Mando or something else, you're like halfway through the season, you're like, man, they got 2 episodes to wrap this up. What are they doing on this thing? And then you find out later after the show's over, you're like, that episode meant you didn't need it. No, this doesn't feel like that's going to happen.
This feels like there is an agenda from start to finish, and starting with Rosario Dawson, what the mission is, setting up the great Ray Stevenson and what his mission is, and how it plays into things that we've seen. Again, if you don't watch Mandalorian, I still don't think you'd be lost, but there are things that tie into it for sure. But overall, I think that what it is setting up is this standalone adventure for these characters and introducing to them if you don't know them. And I will tell you this, what really stood out is Kevin Kiner's music. The music is so well done, and I know John Williams is the guy, will always be the guy for Star Wars, but when he decides he doesn't want to do it, this should be the only guy who does Star Wars music. His themes are so perfect, it feels like original stuff, but mixed with classic tones. It felt like original trilogy stuff. It really set the tone for what this show is.
Yeah, because I leaned over to this guy in the middle of it, was like, this music's great.
Yeah.
So the music's great. I love the fact that, like, we're introduced to aspects of the fall of the Empire and what's the world is like. They build out the world and stuff we've never seen before in Star Wars. And that to me is what's great about Star Wars and these shows, is show us stuff that we've never seen before. Yeah, don't give us the same tropes.
Right. You
can
give us a couple like familiar. There's a lot of familiar stuff. Don't be
sure.
Confused.
It's Star Wars,
but there's new stuff that you learn throughout it, and they're building up again a new adventure. But there are space battles and lightsaber fights and politics.
I think you leaned over like there's more lightsaber battles in this than the
new trilogy.
Than the new trilogy
already. But I'm telling you, it's just. I think that the things that were great about Andor is there, right? And the things that were great about Mandalorian is there. Like the things like they let the first episode marinate. I don't know if episode 3 is going to do that with a 30-minute runtime, but the first one has like 52 minutes. The second one's like 43 minutes. They let it marinate and they build on the story, and that's what's so good about it thus far.
And if you watched our last episode, Riot was worried, like, this seems very volumey. Like it did not feel like that. There were
a couple of times, but it wasn't.
It did not feel like that. So it wasn't like Obi-Wan to me. No, this had a much bigger feel to me, which I love.
It felt well crafted. There's a couple of space things that felt like a $150 million movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Episode 2.
And this is really good. I'm on board because, like I told him at the end, I said, this feels like a movie. I wanted to keep watching it, and I wanted to get, it's 8 episodes, and I'm like, okay, so maybe that little half an hour piece will just be another like little building block to what this overall story is.
And for me, what was cool about this, watching it in this event, was seeing all the people who are the Rebels fans. The applause and the cheers anytime little things happen.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's pretty awesome. So if you are a fan of Rebels, you are going to absolutely love this show.
So you're in?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So am I. I was definitely excited for it, and it paid off. I can't wait for episode 3 because I want to see where it goes. The story is set up well. Yes, there's cool Star Wars soup in there, but it's a good story so far. Can't wait to see where it is. The mystery is there. Some good tidbits, some good Easter egg stuff. All right, from Mike Kalinowski, I'm me. Hit that subscribe button. Get us to 100,000. Help us out. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.